Hey, fifth grade, we've made it to our very last lesson in our book, which is lesson 120, and it covers volume of a cylinder. So we've worked with the volume of rectangular prisms before, and we worked with the area of a circle, so we're going to start to combine those ideas a little bit. When we're working with a cylinder, we're going to start with the idea of just a two-dimensional circle. And there's a really wonderful visual in your book showing the idea of a penny being pressed down into clay, something that we can imagine as a two-dimensional circle being pressed down into a three-dimensional hollow well. And we can also visualize this concept by looking at this can that I have here, which is a cylinder. On the top, we see a circle that we can measure and find the area, and then we see that it's that same size circle that's being stretched through the height of this can. So in order to find the volume, how much space is inside, we need to take into account the area and the height. So here I have drawn a picture of a cylinder with the area pointing to this bottom part and the height pointing to that circle being stretched upwards, just like our penny or just like the can. So when we're finding the volume, we need to find the area of the circle on the bottom or the top, and then we need to multiply it by the height, or multiply by how far it's being stretched. If we remember from previous lessons, the area of a circle is pi, our fancy number 3.14, multiplied by the radius squared, and then we'll take the height and multiply it by the area in order to find the volume. So our final equation for volume ends up being pi times radius squared times height. All right, let's try it out with an example. It reads, the diameter of a cylinder is 20 centimeters. Its height is 10 centimeters. What is its volume? So in order to find the volume, first we need to find the area of the circle that would be its base. And in order to find the area of a circle, we know that that's pi times r squared. But here we're given the cylinder's diameter, which is 20 centimeters. And so we need the radius. We know that the radius is half of the diameter, so the radius of the cylinder would be 10. So the area of the circle at the bottom would be pi, 3.14, times 10 centimeters squared, which would be 100 centimeters squared. So we know that the area then would be 3.14 times 100. We'll move our decimal place twice to get 314 centimeters squared. That's the area of the base, the circle on the bottom. Now, in order to find the volume, we need to multiply this area by the height of the cylinder. We're told that the height is 10 centimeters, so the volume will be 314 centimeters squared times 10 centimeters. I'm running out of board there, but we know that 314 times 10 is 3,140, and we know that centimeters squared times centimeters will give us centimeters cubed. So the volume of this cylinder is 3,140 centimeters cubed. And if you'll notice that the units for volume are going to be cubed because we're working with 3 dimensions now. We have length, width, and height in 3 dimensions. When we were working with just the area of our circle, we were just working with centimeters squared, but when we add that 3rd dimension, now we're working with centimeters cubed. So to review, when you're finding the volume of a cylinder, first you need to find the area of the circle, that is its base, and then you multiply the area of the circle by the cylinder's height in order to find volume.